each side without missing. Both hands. After that, I gradually start going back. So now I'm gonna go into a bit of floaters, a bit of finishes. So something light, just in and out. Make 2 in a roll of each. I think what's been working for me when I train is I try to separate, obviously watching film a lot, but in my workouts, like obviously now, I'm not going 100%. I'm just trying to catch the rhythm. I try to do something before the game, like hours before. Maybe that stretch, yoga. But that's key for me. That's what's been key for me for the last 6 years. So for me, I think the biggest thing is knowing yourself in all of this. Like if you know yourself, like what works for you from the bat, like especially at a young age. If at a young age you know what works for you in terms of what sport you're playing, I feel like you're ahead of the curve. And to be honest, there's some guys that don't need all the pre-game warm-ups or pre-game routines. Sometimes they're just that talented. Sometimes it just works for them. Just come into the gym and play. Like, there's a lot of guys, not a lot of guys, well, there's guys I know that don't shoot as much as I do, that don't train as hard as I do, but that works for them because they know themselves. A slump is gonna happen. Like, everybody has slumps, but for me, for slumps, I just try to critique myself on why that slump happened. I knew it had nothing to do with what I'm doing physically, which is getting in early, staying in late. I knew that was just my mind. So for me, a slump was just as soon as my mind is back to being like on the right path, it'll eventually be over. So I'll just keep the same routine, to be honest. Bad, good. For me, it was great game, bad game, good game. I'm sticking with the same routine. Sticking with the same routine. For me, it's like what I realized and what I've seen is that a lot of people try to put in a certain amount of work getting closer to, let's say, playoffs, or let's say there's a big game. They'll be like, oh, I'll be in the gym all week this week. But for me, it's always been you put in a little bit of work every day, a little bit of consistency every day. A little bit of everything every day is going to add up. You're not going to need to put 10 plus hours on a week of a playoff game, so it's pretty much it, man.